Welcome to the Heart of Giving. As you know, every program is a program about a nonprofit, a group in town that has started many, many years ago, or just a few years ago, that brings people in to serve some need that's found. The one we have today is really special because it's only about 3 years old. And this is His Little Feet. Now, she's going to tell you what it is, but Holly Wolf is the, the founder of this organization, and Jer Kahala is secretary of the board, of executive board member or something. Anyway, I'll let you tell us. But I just want to say a little thing about it beginning. About 3 years ago, she was on our program, and she had started a program because her little son grew out of his shoes so fast, and she didn't want to throw them away. So she had asked her church if they would help, and they went to schools and picked up at the church, and through her own little boy, collected shoes. Then went to some schools and said, when you have a child that needs some shoes, let us know. And I think that was the thought of it. Was that right?
Yes, that's right.
And I just want you to know how it's grown. I wanted her back so that you could hear what's happened to that one little gesture that started with a pair of little boy's shoes, right?
That's right.
I love that story. I've told it before.
Very sweet, very sweet.
Okay, now what happened?
So
What did you start with?
We started with just 4 pairs of shoes, and year to date, we have collected over 7,200 pairs and delivered them to local schools, foster care agencies, and just even our local motels where the children live from motel to motel, and sometimes they need to stay in their car overnight if they don't have enough money to stay at the motel. And we've been able to provide shoes for thousands of kids in Long Beach, all from just that one thought.
Okay, and what did you do first?
So first we decided to have our own collection, and 200 pairs came in that first collection.
And that collection was from your churches?
Yeah, friends and family, and the Park Crest Church where I go. And then after the shoe drive, the shoes just kept coming in.
And where did you put them?
So being a single parent, I have an open garage, and so we founded His Little Feet out of my home garage.
I know that.
And there is shelves. We just started with one shelf, and now we have probably 30 shelves full of every size imaginable for children.
And what did you do to distribute them at the very beginning?
So at the very beginning, we just went to one school, Jane Addams Elementary in North Long Beach, and their school counselor came in and told us that children were coming into the office with their shoes falling apart. And some children would say, my feet hurt, and they didn't know why, but they were wearing shoes that were 2 to 3 sizes smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And so
and rubber bands around the toes to keep the soles on.
It was winter time when we started, and it was raining, and water and shoes don't go hand in hand.
So you had the principal call you if somebody needed shoes.
Yes, we made that first delivery, and within a month they said all of the shoes have been distributed, and so we decided to do a monthly donation. So we would go every month and to Jane Addams.
Some churches.
Yes, a lot of. So since then, His Little Feet has grown, and I've been able to go to different churches and organizations and even schools and speak about His Little Feet and get the whole community involved. And we have something every year called our Back to School Shoe Drive, and that's where businesses and friends and family collect.
And these are shoes that are not too worn.
Right.
They're because the child has grown out of them, and they still have a lot of wear to go.
Yes, they're gently used.
And what do you do with them when you get them?
We refurbish them. We put new laces in them, and we clean up the outside, spray out the inside, and also we write handwritten love notes, and we place them in every pair of shoes for the child.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And now, how are you involved with this, Jer?
Well, I was a founding executive board member. I'm the secretary of His Little Feet. I came on to help with some of the technical
Because you
aspects
knew-
of things. Yeah, I've known Hallie for a couple years now, so you know, I knew.
And she enlisted you into this.
Absolutely. Well,
and you
once I
never
heard-
got away.
Exactly. Once I heard about it, it's something I knew I wanted to be a part of. So
Uh-huh.
you know, it was almost instantaneously that I came on board. So it's been a very rewarding
And
experience.
do you have a board?
Yes, we have an executive board.
And like, they are citizens, or they're from different schools, or who are they?
Citizens, friends of Hallie. You know, we're very grassroots, so we have very localized help right now. So you know,
And does the board help refurbish the shoes?
oh yeah, everybody gets their hands dirty every cleaning event. So
Is
yeah.
that right?
yes, it's sometimes we have 15, 20 people.
So it's a working board.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, for heaven's sake, you know, you were, the last time you told me some of the stories that you heard, because I used your story to say what can happen in such a short time when all of a sudden a need, you know, because kids grow out of shoes and they grow fast. And I say, and her son, his feet grew too fast, so he had shoes left over. So,
Yes.
but the number grows because you just made a contact,
Right.
and you told stories to me about some of the things that children have said
Yes.
that get shoes.
There's been so many great stories. Shoes inspire kids to do many things that they weren't doing before. There's one story of a young man who received shoes. He actually came to the cleaning event, and he had told me his story. He was adopted, and he was living in a foster home at the time, and he saw these Nikes, and he just thought they were his size. They were meant for
Good
him.
to have a Nike.
Yeah, some children have never had Nikes before in their life, and so he wore those shoes home. Those shoes inspired him to work out and enlist in the Army. And 2 years later, I saw him at the grocery store, and he said, I'm on my way to training in the park right now. I'm enlisted, and I'm going off to the Army, thanks to those shoes.
Oh no!
Awesome.
Is that right? Oh, for heaven's sake! Isn't that wonderful?
It's so wonderful.
So, well, how he must have been pretty old, because if it's only three, you're only 3 years old in the program.
Yes, he was a high school child. Yeah.
Oh, for heaven! Well, I can remember that one parent said to you no, one little boy said to you that his parents said it's the best pair of shoes he's ever had.
Yes, we hear stories like that all the time. Kids really do need cleats to play sports and dance shoes to do dancing. Some children would never have.
And you collect those also?
We do collect those also.
You started out just with shoes.
Shoes, yes, and the cleats come in from the baseball leagues. Will have collections, basketball leagues at the end of the season, and we refurbish those.
And how did they get this
too.
message?
We are trying to build on social media. We have a Facebook, Twitter, and so we love posting.
And this is where you come in.
Yeah, I do a
Yes.
lot of
You
that.
do all that.
Yep, exactly. Seeing the looks on the kids' faces when they get a new pair of shoes, it's incredible. I mean,
Oh, isn't that
knowing that you're a
wonderful?
part of making their lives better is it's an amazing feeling.
You know, and shoes really are important, more important than shirts.
Yeah,
You know, because the shoes are something that you feel.
yeah,
the
exactly.
time.
And you're on them all day long. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a group of girls recently that from Olive Crest Foster Care, and they needed prom dresses and shoes and purses and everything. So we decided we were going to, with our finances, we're open enough to go and actually purchase 20 pairs of heels for the girls. Yeah, it was so much fun for me to be able to find shoes for a girl who would otherwise not have prom shoes. She's not with her mom. She's not able to go shopping for shoes. It was just such a joy.
oh my goodness. Well, I think that I think we do forget that shoes are probably the most important thing you have on your body because you do feel it with every step.
Absolutely.
And
That's really good.
so, how many schools now do you have?
We have 7 schools, 6 are in Long Beach and 1's in Santa Ana. We are expanding. We have a chapter starting in Escondido in San Diego. So this woman came to me and said,
From San Diego?
From San Diego. And she said, I would love to do what you're doing. Could you walk me through the process? And so I said, sure. And we've been talking a few weeks, and she found the school that was in greatest need in her area. And she's beginning a chapter of His Little Feet in San Diego.
Oh, for heaven's
So-
sake.
Yes. And there's also, we're expanding in one other way this year. There was a woman, her husband's retired military, and they are very patriotic. And she has such a heart for the military. And so I was talking with Deb, and I said, Deb, you know, I have this 501c3 for shoes. I know you love the military, and you want to help as much as you can. Let's see if any soldiers need boots. And so my son is actually a U.S. Marine, and so
Don't they give them boots?
they do give them boots. The first pair's issued, but once they go through them, they're quite expensive to purchase. They're around $350 for a really great pair of boots. And so we are expanding with a boots on the ground chapter, and Deb is going to start raising funds to help our troops get new boots that they really need. My son marches all the time, and
How
his
old
feet.
is he now?
He's 21 now.
Oh.
Yes, and he said, Mom, the military guys really do need new boots, and some of them, they're
And
on
he's
limited
very aware
income.
of people needing shoes.
Yes, he says, why don't you help out the Marines as well? So
Oh, my goodness.
we just are having so much fun
That's
with shoes.
wonderful. I don't know where the time goes because I just love the stories that come, and I just can't believe all that's happened with you in just 3 short years for your son needing shoes. And so I thank you very much. And Jer, thanks for being part of it. This
Thank
has been
you.
a wonderful experience.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Look
you.
for even more. Very good. Isn't that a good story? See what one person can do? We'll be right back.